Go. We're live.
Are we? Are we live? We are live.
Hi.
Hello. So, so I did order this. Let's see, what was it? Where is it? Here it is. I ordered this. I don't know, a month or so ago. This little kit, and it's got like actual miniature paints.
Right. Yeah, I got that Salvador kit that they had on Amazon with like 24 tubes in it or something. And it was like about $20. Came with brushes and stuff like that.
Cool.
And I got that a year ago.
Yeah.
And here I am finally going to use it.
You haven't got it out of
the
box.
Have not.
So what, you got your little gnome there, huh?
Yes, let me introduce this to everybody. This is I'm Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, for those of you who don't know. Hi. This is my Dungeons & Dragons character. He is a gnome wizard, and his name is Umpin Wobbles Pagan Quill Fabble Stabble. You may call me Quill. It took me weeks to be able to where that would just roll right off the tongue every time right.
I think so. Good Lord.
Because I'd be like, Umpin Wop, I'm just Quill.
Just Quill.
I'm just Quill.
All right. I think these little magnifiers I ordered are going to be a godsend.
Yeah.
My eyes are getting so bad. I have to come in and squint, and I can't. It's just terrible. It is. But we should have these tomorrow. They're supposed to be here.
Oh, well, when you don't use them for a year, apparently the paint's dry.
Uh-oh.
The surface. It's coming out, but it's very, very wee little at a time. Of course, I'm going to have the sucker. Come on out of there.
Make sure you water your paints.
Oh, no, I made a wet palette. How I did it, I have this 5x7 film developing tray. And I got some paper towels, put it down in the bottom, got some water in it, and got it mashed down really good so that way it's wet throughout. And then you get wax paper, put it over top. And the wax paper is porous enough that it allows the water to come through in small amounts, so that way you have very little wet to mash your paint around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm going to try it out, see how it works.
It's just supposed to keep the paint from drying out, because that was the first issue I ran into. The first night I was doing this was I was putting it on this little styrofoam plate, and it just sucked the water out of the paint. I mean, sucked it right out. Like, it was dry the instant it hit the plate.
Well, this stuff is dry, so it is toast. But I have a bigger tube of white, but that's going to take away one of my yellows, unfortunately. But that's all right. I can make that yellow if I need to. One thing that's going to help me with this is my eye for color and being able to figure out what's going to go with what kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, you were the one that suggested I go with that purple for these technicals. And man,
they look good, man. They look really good.
Not too bad.
Yeah,
I learned a lot in the last week. Like this line, the mold line right here. If I was smart, I would have filed that down.
Right, with an X-Acto knife or something. Yeah.
There's so many things. It's like, that's why I decided I'm just going to make this set like my tester set. Because,
well, since these are a year old, let's hope that the unopened tubes are still fine.
Well, let's hope so. What color scheme are you thinking about doing?
Well, that's coming out kind of weird, and I don't know, man. He's got a white robe.
Oh,
and for me, it's going to be the white robe, but there's going to be a lot of greens and browns, with mine being a gnome.
Right.
Makes sense. With the elf, a lot of green, perhaps some yellow, being an elf. And he is a wood elf. Let's sacrifice.
I was actually on a website today checking out some cool minis, because I think once I get done with these, I might just order like a nice mini to actually
Work on paint, yeah.
Work on, yeah. I think that would be cool. Something a little bigger that I don't know. Yellow is notoriously bad color for paints. You can't. The consistency is just hard to get.
Yeah. Oh, that's also your yellows and your reds. They're a thicker paint. The pigmentation that they break down to get the color is larger, so it takes more time. But that's also why they're really a thicker paint. Trying to get the consistency in a wet palette takes a little bit of work. I think my paints are toast, dude. This stinks. Oh, this stinks. I'm gonna have to work them out. Give me a little bit. It's just gonna take me longer. That's all. That's no problem. I can still use them. I just got to get them wet.
Yeah, just add some water and just mix it around. If you got like an old brush you can use to just get some water in there.
Yeah, just work this a little bit here. Get a little bit more water out of there. Maybe that'll help break it down a little bit. Because I brought a glass of water with me.
Well, that was
you never know when you're going to need water. So I figured, be prepared.
That's right.
Ah, goodness gracious. Yeah, this stuff is all clumpy. Because of how it wasn't like this when I did it the first time, but that was a year ago. I actually did. I tried to paint some knolls, but it was horrible, so I abandoned them. But at that time, I didn't really know about like wetting the paint, thinning it down with water, and everything that you can do. You know, I was a total noob instead of just a noob.
I hear you, brother.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm going to have to get new paint. But I can probably still use this. All right. You're witnessing it.
You can use it for your base coats. Just thin it down real good.
That's true. That's true. Well, let's get started and see what happens here.
I'm trying to just...
And here I am painting left-handed. Look at that. Okay, yeah, I'm going to paint left-handed then. That's what I picked the brush up with, so I'm going to do it.
My model, after I washed her the other day, and all of her shit turned... Now, Chris, here's the question for everybody. You got the, I'm a photographer. I taught photography for a while. We're both kind of artsy fartsy guys anyways.
Yeah.
Total geeks, right?
Yeah.
I got this black dress. Learn how to speak there, Jester. Blue dress.
I don't do the words.
Right underneath the dress at the very bottom. Let's see if I can zoom in real close on it. You see that she's got like that underskirt underneath?
Right.
Do you think I should make that white, yellow, or like a light blue, or what do you think I should?
What kind of a character is she? What kind of a character is she?
That is a great question. Let me go find out.
Find out what kind of a person she is, and that might dictate the color of the petticoat underneath. Yeah.
Good idea. Let me look at my little book.
Give it some character.
She is. Let me introduce you to her.
Yeah.
She is.
Proper introduction. This is definitely leaving some brush strokes. Of course, I'm going to be coating it more, but still.
We have the preacher, which is the current character I'm working on. And we also have the Indian scout. We'll see him in a little bit. She's the rancher.
She's a rancher.
Yeah, and the color scheme they had for her was like a brown with a white blouse and blue, but I changed all that.
Right. Because it's whatever you make of it.
Right.
She's a rancher, maybe like an eggshell, white with just a smidge of brown or yellow into it, just to take it off white.
All right.
Kind of thinking maybe.
All right. That's what we're going to do then.
Okay,
cool. Do this. Make a little bit of white.
Here I am. People want to see what I'm doing. Hold it up, Chris.
Hold it up,
see
dude.
What I'm doing. People want to see what you're doing. That stuff is clumping at the top of the brush.
Todd B says she has a gun, so she isn't innocent. Don't go with white.
Oh, let's see. Oh, he's got white on his beard. It's okay. We'll be painting that later as well.
Are we going to get this onto this little tiny spot underneath her dress without getting her dress all white?
Should have painted it first.
Well, could have, should have, would have.
Didn't.
No, didn't.
Quite all right. Learn and we live, right?
Live and learn, right?
Yep. Inside of the arm. Yeah, we're holding it up. Okay. Let's just get some paint in here.
One thing I've heard numerous times by watching all these videos from professionals out there is it's always better to put on 2 thin coats than 1 thick coat.
I'd heard that also. Thin coat, let it dry, put another one on, and here I am just, it's probably bunching up because I'm not letting that dry. So I'm going to let this one sit for a bit. I got the main color on everywhere I want. I think I do. A little bit more here. Then we'll let you sit there, Quill. Put that there. That there. All right.
Todd B says 3 OHIO boys into house.
Todd OH.
IO.
Woohoo! Just goes to show that me and 2 of my friends can too spell a 4-letter word.
That's right. Without a cheat sheet even.
That's right. Let's see. I think I want to go for a darker green for Gilgamesh with a brighter yellow. Try to get some pop going with it, you know?
Yeah.
Not worried about the earth, and I'm looking for contrast.
What do you think, Chris?
Oh, dude.
Good?
I like.
You likey, huh?
I like, man. That's good.
Nice.
Oh, that's good, dude. I like that. That's a good color.
Yeah.
Good job.
Turned out okay.
The green might be okay. Maybe it's just the white that's going to cause a problem. Oh, the green looks good. Okay, we're safe. I can deal with the white. I can deal with the white. The rest of the paints may be all right. Good. I'll just get some white. Yay! Nothing to worry about.
You can always use yellow to lighten things.
Oh yeah.
If you need to.
Well, I mean, as far as lightning stuff, because I was thinking like about the blue dragon, and I wanted a rich blue, but not a dark blue.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I take these blues, if I try to brighten up with a white, it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to lose the saturation. You know, it's not going to be the blue that I'm looking for. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And then it occurs to me, if you want to brighten a blue, brighten it with another blue.
Well, that works, doesn't it?
Yeah, keep the saturation, and then you don't lose it. Yeah.
These are not the blues you're looking for.
Yes. I don't want just that. Maybe
I'm going to put this on nice and light. Let it dry, and then we'll go back with a darker, our second color here.
Yellow ochre. Let's try that. Oh, that other yellow's gone. That's all right. Let's try a wee little bit of this with it. Just a couple of colors in there. That's all I want to do. Oh, come on, you need to pierce.
He'll always
one sploosh all over me. Let's do it right here. Oh, you're gonna sploosh. And you didn't really pierce. There you go. You pierced. Okay. A bit of brown.
It definitely makes her look better with having something down there other than just like a big blue blob.
Yeah, and more detail, there's more going on and there's more to look at. You know?
Right.
There's nothing wrong with adding detail. It really just, there's more to look at. It's more pleasing.
I decided
I don't mean to sound like, you know, the because I'm really new at this, but I, you know, like you said, being a photographer and stuff and everything, and just, you know, colors.
We know a little bit. We just don't know a lot.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
No enough.
I got my little tip brush this time. You see that one?
Oh, I see that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, that's a good color right there.
I just about put my drink. I got my drink and my water cup right next to one another. It's probably not.
What am I going to do? Well, rather than show you the green that I'm going to put on this, why don't I just put it on here and you can see it that way?
That'd be a good idea.
See, not just the green I had. I put a wee little bit of yellow ochre with it to kind of warm it up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sounds good.
Yep. Just a wee little bit, just enough to change it.
Come here, you. Paper towel, man. Come here.
And this figure, put the main color on and be done with it. And then you can go back with everything else. So this is going to be the main color for Gilgamesh, the Wood Elf Sorcerer. Wild magic sorcerer, by the way. One time he turned the party into pigs. It was great. My son is finally getting the hang of the ones are just as much fun as the 20s.
Hey, there you go.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep, the ones are just as, I'll tell you what, the dice, if you let them, the dice will tell a story. If you go with it, you know?
Right.
Dice will tell a story.
Let the dice do the talking.
Let them, yeah.
It's a little too thin.
I got these from Hero Forge.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got these from Hero Forge.
Did you gents put models together in your youth is the question, Chris?
I did not that much. I did not. I had a couple, but nothing of any complexity. I mean, like get a Trans Am or something at Hill's department store, glue it together, put the stickers on it. Nothing more intense than that.
Yeah, I tried to get into models. I did a little bit, but not very much.
Yeah.
I kind of got bored with it and moved on to other things. So, all right, we'll wait for her to dry and we'll zap her some more and see what happens there.
No, that petticoat color looked really good, dude. I like that. That was awesome. That was awesome. And put this here.
Well, definitely, you know, from the 80 videos I watched.
No, same here.
It's been kind of the same theme no matter who you watch and who you listen to, and water your paints down.
Yep.
Get decent paints, get decent brushes, get a wet palette.
Yeah. But do it more so that way you learn brush control.
Right. And that was,
if you can control your brush.
They always say is you can get all these things, but if you don't practice, if you don't do things, if you don't use them,
yeah,
you're never gonna get to experience. So it
won't amount to a hill of beans.
That's part of what we're doing here is experimenting. You can see all my experiments. This is an experiment.
Yeah, you showed me that earlier. I really like that, man. What it is, I do like it. I do like it. And when you look at it and you see something you want different, go back and change it.
Right.
Just go back and change it. Be done with it. Do it the way you want to do it.
Some of these people, though, they make me sick just watching them. Oh wow, that's a pretty cool green color there.
Yeah.
Seems like it's coming out pretty good.
I'm liking the way it's working. I really am. And that's what I'm doing. Like with you, I'm taking the green and the yellow and the wet palette, and just little by little adding a little bit of that yellow to the green to warm that green up a little bit, because it's a really cool. It's a cold looking green, but this really does the trick. It does. That's one thing. Someone comes in the store and like, I want this paint color to look just a little bit different. And a lot of times I can look at it and I can be like, let's make this change. Let's make that change. And sucker comes right out and actually looks pretty good.
Nice.
So it's one thing that is going to help me with something like this is I do have an eye for color, and one thing that I learned very early on, fortunately, and something that a lot of people don't talk about when you're mixing colors, whatever color you see right there is the color that you're going to put right here. So make sure that you've got the color you want. And you can always go back and change it, but whatever color you have in your palette, that's what's going on the miniature. Okay, that's a start. That's the first coat. Right there. That is first coat for Gilgamesh.
The other thing that I will probably be working on in the next day or two is getting an actual mini holder.
Yes, I want to get something to better hold these. I really do. I agree with that.
You can go to like the hardware store and get a like a round spindle.
Yeah, something, or even some kind of a small mini vise or something. Something you can hold it with. Yeah.
Well, they make them for you to buy, but I'm like, I don't think I need to buy one. Okay. I will just make one.
Quill's white might be a little bit too wet. It's not covering well. It's fun working with this horrible dried up paint. So I might have to come. I might still be able to work on some things, but I might have to come back for Quill. That's covering up a little bit. It just might take a third coat. That's all.
Yeah.
Sometimes might take a third coat.
They might take a couple coats. That is for sure.
Yeah, well, I was planning on 2 for Gilgamesh anyway with that green, but I think just the condition of this white, it's going to take another, because I've got to thin it down so much just to get it to not clump,
Right. So the question is, what?
So, wow, I'm being tried by fire right from the word jump. Make it happen.
I don't know what the heck. Like part of his scarf underneath this. Okay,
that's beard, but I gotta get underneath. I can get the beard later, but I gotta get this white going. And it keeps wanting to ride up the brush. So it's on the brush and not down, because all the water that's in it, it's pushing anything of substance all the way up the brush.
That doesn't sound good.
Nah, it's I just need new paint. That's all.
Is that all? Just new paint?
Just new paint. Just new paint.
Well, I'll tell you which set to get.
Yeah, if I'm going to, Vallejo is definitely a name that's been on my radar, and I think that's what I'm going to go with. If I'm going to do this.
So, like I said, I watched the video today. This is what they did, like 5 or 6 different kits, and this is the one they rated the highest.
Yeah.
Because it gives you lots of different colors.
Basic USA 17 milliliter. It's about the same. No, actually, I've only got 12, so that would be more paint per pigment for me. So that would be cool. Yeah, I may just have to do that. I mean, if you're gonna do something like this,
right,
and you're gonna invest some time in it, get the good stuff.
It might be worth it, right?
Yeah, don't screw around. Get the good stuff.
Yeah. Try a couple. I think they all say. It does, like I said, it doesn't matter who you listen to or watch.
Yeah.
All of them has their own opinions, and
they're like airports.
They all say what you should do is try many different brands because you might find one that fits your style better than others.
Yeah, and see what you like.
See what you like. I don't know if that is a dark red. I wonder, did that come out of the other kit? Where's my other kit? Here's my other kit.
All right.
It must have come out of this one, I'm thinking. Well, I'll tell you what, I will not wash anymore. Oh my gosh. That was crazy.
Let's leave that. Yeah, let's leave it
there.
Yeah,
let's see if we can get his pants to look halfway decent again.
Let's put a second coat on Gilgamesh. This is probably going to be my focus.
I don't know if I mix that color or if it's just that dark because of the
color?
Wash. His pants. Look at his pants are like a
probably the wash, because the wash is going to darken it down, and then you like dry brush on the highlights back into it, kind of thing.
Yeah, well. We're gonna try, see what happens.
Yeah. All right, second coat for Gilgamesh. That's a little clumpier. Get off of there. We want some nice, even flowing paint. No, it needs to dry more. That's what it is. I'm getting ready to screw it up. All right, I'm gonna have to let that sit a bit. I can feel the brush pulling across the paint, so it needs to dry a little more before I put another coat on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to sit there and wrinkle it up.
Yeah. So I always like to have 2 or 3 minis on hand ready to go because you never know.
Yeah, I got the 2. I'm going to go grab another one. I'll be right back.
Yep. Pick your time. Let's see if I can focus this down a little bit. Yeah, if I could paint between the lines, that'd be awesome, but I think it'll turn out okay. That's all I'm really looking for in this first set is something that looks good. Not great, good enough that we learned a lot of good things. But the next time we can get better, right? That's the goal is to get better. If you're not getting better, if you're not doing something new or difficult, if you make less mistakes and you get better, that's the goal.
I bring for your submission.
Uh-oh, we got a new one.
The half-orc Paladin.
Ooh.
Raw.
He looks cool.
Yes. Now, what's going to be the main on this one? That's armor. Armor is going to be the main with the boots.
You know what, Chris? I was just saying while you were gone, right? I mean, one of the things you got to try to get better. I noticed that I'm actually staying in the lines actually better than I used to.
Well, that's good.
So that's yeah. I was going to say, if you're getting better,
then you're doing it right.
That's the goal, right? That's the goal, is to get better. And I think, Chris, you're right again, because man, this paint is drying. You can see how bright red it is, but then when it dries, you can see it dries to that dark red. So if I can get it to focus, come on.
Yeah. Yep. That's
and that wash underneath is keeping some of the dark texture, some of the shadows. My problem is, what the hell am I going to do about this guy's got a face. Not happy about that.
Just shave it off.
Faces are the hardest thing to do. Oh my God. Faces are not easy. That is for sure. All right. Let's try a little bit of flesh on this guy's face. Nice and thin. You can put on 18 coats of it. That's fine. I just want it nice and thin.
Yeah, I think I finally figured out this white.
Yeah?
I think I finally figured it out. Rather than putting the brush the whole way down while I'm trying to spread it in the water, I pick up the white and then I draw it across the wax paper so that it doesn't clump up and rise up the brush. I think I may have figured out the white.
That would be good.
Maybe. Still a pain in a ruckus.
Yeah. Whites, yellows, and sometimes reds, I hear, are like the worst colors to try and get right. Just from what I hear.
One technique I was watching, and it was Professor DM. I can't remember his channel's name. And he was talking about painting. First of all, you want to get whatever your main color is going to be, get it on there first.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you're taking care of most of the miniature. And then from there on out, you want to paint from the inside out. Like the skin is going to be the lowest area that is going to be taking paint. So paint that first, and then paint your sleeves, and then paint your clothes, and then paint your armor, and then paint your weapons or other add-ons, and work your way, kind of like working your way from the skin to accessories, you know?
Right, yeah. Yeah,
And if you had been doing that, you would have had the petticoat painted first because it would have been inside the dress.
Right. Inside out.
Yeah, work from the inside out.
Yeah, I've heard
that. After getting the main color on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I don't like is some of these painters, right? Mm-hmm. They'll do like one section, like the guy's coat, and they'll like detail it, highlight it, get it all done, and the rest of the miniature they don't do anything with. And I'm like, that was just an accident waiting to happen.
I want to see the rest of it.
That's just an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Because I would accidentally, my paintbrush would go right across that or something crazy. The other thing is you can't really highlight black very well, other than I guess shades of gray, right? Like his black cloak. There's
dry brush some dark gray on it.
You think?
Yeah. You can always put black over top of it, but try dry brush real dark. I mean, like take the black and put a wee little bit of gray into it. Maybe see if that'll work.
Yeah, that might work. And the other thing I noticed a couple of them do is, besides the wet palette, they use like a what's called like a tile.
Yeah,
like a white tile, and they put their paints on it. If they're going to dry brush or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So here's Chris trying to get me to mess everything up. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome, buddy. Anything I can do.
I am the worst dry brusher in the world, I think.
Something I need to try. I'm not trying. Of course, I haven't tried any of this yet, really. Out onto the water. That's better. I've been reusing the old palette instead of spreading it onto fresh paper, and that's probably why it was feeling like that. I got it over onto fresh paper where there's water there, and that made a little bit of a difference.
Oh, yeah?
Instead of drawing drier paint across it. Drier to a point, but drier nonetheless. Get it back here where people can see it. What am I doing? Doing this one. Yellow on there. Get that yellow out of there. Blend it in. Okay. Oh no, he's got green on his face.
No, not green. He's an orc.
Well, this is the elf.
Oh.
But that's okay. I can paint it out. He had green on his face before. Bottom of that. There, let's let that dry.
I'm gonna let that dry. We'll see how it looks.
Yeah.
I can always do like a black wash on top or something, but
let's put that one in there too. Let's do
see, the only way I can make you do it is if I schedule a live stream
it.
and actually watch you do it.
Thank you for making me do it. Thank you for making me do it. It needed to be done. It's the kind of thing I enjoy doing. And I'm going to tell you, we had the interview a couple of years ago. After Faith died, I just stopped doing things.
Yeah.
I just stopped doing things. And this kind of thing is one of the things that I probably would have gotten into a long time ago had I just decided that it was safer for me to just not do something and just make life be as easy as possible, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for making me do this. I appreciate it.
Well, you know, that's what friends are for, buddy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right, let's see if we can work this new batch of white in here a little bit.
So it is. Is it time?
You might need to come out of there.
I think we are going to go with a dark yellow shade on the top of this. Well, let's work on his horns first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just got to sit here and work this white and rehydrate it. Wow. Yeah, at the very least, I'm going to be getting some new white, and I don't know. Got a couple of craft stores around here. Maybe someone's got some Vallejo. I'll just like an R.E. Michaels or something. I'll just get some white from them.
Yeah, that'll work.
Until I get to the point where I need to start to replacing a few colors, and then I'll just get a set of Vallejos to go with it.
I also watched a video today where somebody took like regular craft paint, which is what I'm using for most of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried doing a mini with the craft paint, and then they also did the same mini with the good stuff.
Right, a side by side.
And they like I say, yeah, exactly, like a side by side comparison. And at the end, they said, you know what, the craft paint worked just about as good as the premium miniature paint.
Yeah.
And that really the only downside was the washes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what was the other? The washes and one other thing. What the hell was it? Trying to remember. Well, his horns are coming back a little bit. Oops.
Yeah, that's looking good.
A little better. A little better. Instead of a muddy black. Put that on, and then I'll try to get a couple lighter shades on there after a bit. So the question is, what, Chris? All right, here. This is going to be. I'm using Chris's expertise again here.
Okay.
So you see my wings. Very happy with how my wings have turned out. I'm going to be putting yellow on. You can't see on those little horn parts here and back here,
Right
and here.
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking about striping like a little vein through these of yellow. What do you think of that?
I'd say do one and see what it looks like.
All right.
Do one little spot. Try to make it maybe not so much the yellow, but maybe try to get it closer to the red, so that way you've got. I don't know. I could definitely see something though to add to it.
Right. Some kind of.
But here's another
I don't
question.
know. I don't know
Here's
if
another
these.
question. You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Does it need it? You personally,
why do you ask
me
the tough questions, buddy?
One
okay?
more
Your
brush
job
stroke
isn't to
ruins.
ask me.
One more brush stroke ruins the masterpiece.
Well, your stupid questions making me think. What's up with that? It's not.
And now, if you want it, then do it.
Oh no.
If you want to try a small piece and see what it looks like, do it.
Ooh. I mean, at this point, there's so many layers on this thing that most of the details going anyways.
Worried about taking the detail.
Like at one point, the body was red and the wings were blue, and then I changed the wings to green, and then I changed the body to like black over red. And it just so happens Dale, the casual gamer, was in watching that episode. And he's like, it looks like your dude has been swimming in your character's blood. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good. So then I had to change everything again.
It's awesome.
It might not need it with those yellow on the tips like that. That kind of breaks it up.
I was going to say, for me personally, I really like the way it looks. It really comes down to what you want. I mean, if you look at it and personally you're like, that would look pretty cool, do it.
But you're right, though. Sometimes you just gotta ask the question, does it need it?
Here's something else. You can always just finish it for today, put it aside, look at it in a week.
Well, that's true, too. I just wanted to get these few highlights done on this one. I got this yellow out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't be in a rush, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just thinking. Just thinking. Just thinking about crazy things like, is this going to be better if I mean, could mess it up, right? It could, if I add that yellow streak, it could be like, it doesn't look right with that yellow streak.
And then you undo it.
And then I got to undo it, and then could mess up everything that I've got in there that I do like. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation, right? You do it, you won't know until you try, but if you try, you can mess it all up.
Yeah.
That's kind of the bad part of it. But I'm going to try it without right now because I think with these other, because he's got little horns on the end of each of these little wings,
Mm-hmm.
and then
and that's going to add that color to the wings for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I may just have to get some white on here and let it stand because it's not covering evenly, and just get some new white. Finish it with a coat. I don't want to put too much on it. Yeah, I may just have to do that. Let's sit.
Yeah, white, yellow, reds, couple, 2-3 coats minimum, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see there I've got 2 coats on there, but just the way that it's so difficult to get a little closer. The way that it is so difficult to, with the paint not being hydrated, it's not covering.
It looks like glue, yeah.
It does. So, I mean, I think I'm just going to wait and get a good white. That way it will cover.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to abandon the white for tonight.
I think that's a good idea because
we have Gilgamesh looking sportingly here.
Gilgamesh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The half elf.
It's a nice color. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
With a little bit of brownish off gold type trim, you know.
Yeah.
And there he's got his mage hand and he's got his fireball.
Oh, those would be fun to paint.
Yep, and candles on the base.
Hey, Stotts boy, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, chat, how is everybody doing? Good. Glad you guys couldn't make it in tonight.
For sure. Thanks for coming by. We're 2 newbies, so be nice if you're here.
And enjoy. Please enjoy.
Enjoy your time with us.
I think I want to go one more coat on the green to really give it a good, just a good color, you know?
That'd be cool.
Even if it's a light coat, but I want to do one more coat on the green. I do believe. Make sure it's nice and wet. So that way it sits in there. Doesn't grab the paint that's already on the mini. So that's one thing I didn't watch in any videos, but I'm just learning tonight is keep the paint wet.
Yep.
It works a lot better that way.
Keep it wet.
Oh.
Add.
My focus need more focus.
Need more wet paints.
Yep. Hydrate. Hydrate your paint.
All right, I'm not going to touch him for now. I'm just going to set him back here out of the way. Let him dry.
Okay.
Remember, 2 thin coats better than 1 thick, says Stoles.
Yep.
Stoles Stotts boy.
Yeah, no, definitely working it on little by little, not in a hurry. Going to recoat a few times, let it dry a little bit in between, like I said, so that way you're not dragging the paint across the miniature and getting it to wrinkle up or tear or anything.
Right.
Nice, easy coats. Get it on there nice and wet. Touch it up to make sure it's not gathering in any of your details, folds, garments, and stuff like that. Yeah, I sound like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's half the battle. Sounding, make it seem like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right, I decided I'm gonna. What I'm gonna do yet?
Yeah. Just getting the base color for the largest portion of the miniature on first, and then we'll worry about highlights after that. But I'm not sure how many highlights I can worry about without having a reliable white.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah. It's just sitting there doing a clump of dump.
Ugh.
In the wet palette. I mean, no matter how much I move it around, it just kind of looks horrible.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It
really is.
Yeah, it doesn't look right. Looks like there's something wrong with it.
It's really dry. It comes out and it stays in the shape it is instead of flowing onto the palette like the green and the yellow do. And actually, that's got me concerned about the red. I wonder if the red is going to be the same way,
Could be. You better check it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Since I'm waiting for Gilgamesh. Yeah, that yellow is toast. That yellow is fine. Let's check the red just to make sure, because this is the other problem child. That's the other thick one. Puncture. Thank you. Oh, yeah, it's flowing. Okay, red will be fine.
Good.
I think paints will be fine. The ones that weren't open. The ones that were open and had air introduced to them a year ago. That is the number one enemy of paint. Air.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Man, that's a bummer with the white. Yeah, it's just going to have to sit.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah. Live and learn. Don't let your paints sit around for a year before you use them.
After you use them.
Or after. Yeah, after. That's true, because they did get used. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, point that out. Whatever. No. Oh, so Gilgamesh. The next color, I think, is going to have to be. I like that ochre by itself. Give me a second. I'm going to refresh my wet palette here real quick. I will be back.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Well, guys, we're just messing around here. We did a live stream last week where we played Role Player, and we got to talking after the game, and I told him that, I was going to do a live stream, and he's like, I should get in and paint my minis because it's been a while. So we decided to do that. Just to try it out and to get better, I guess. These are, mine is for Shadows of Brimstone. Where's my little book? Shadows of Brimstone. Oh, there it is. So it's kind of like a cowboy Western theme with like crazy like monsters and outer space, and you go through all these like time portals, and you end up going all over the place, meeting all kinds of different monsters. Here's like you got these little technicals. And you got like this little creepy crawler dude. All right. I put this wet, smoky gray, watered down, kind of make it look like a weathered jacket. And then I'm going to maybe go back and put some dark shadowing back over it when it dries. So we'll see how that looks, because I don't like the way the dry brushing turned out again. I don't think I like dry brushing. I don't know if I like the look, or maybe I'm just not very good at it. Probably a combination of everything. Never heard of this system? Oh, it's really fun. It's really popular board game. Really popular board game. Do we have flash? We do have flash. Why did I not do this guy's hand? I did the rest of them, but I didn't do his hand. Yeah, check it out. Shadows of Brimstone. Pretty cool game. It's like a adventure role playing. And it's not role playing. It's adventure game with characters. And you go on different missions, and to make a lighter shade for his hands and his face. All right, now we need a lighter brown for his gun holster. Where's my brown? Twilight purple? No.
I am back.
Hey, welcome back.
Cut me a piece of wax paper. If I can.
Yeah, I guess we'll go with this one. I thought I had an open brown. Is this the one I have open? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm running out of room here, but
Right about there. Might be a little wide, but that'll be okay.
you think so?
All new wet palette.
Nice.
Wax paper. Okay. So we want to go with the gold. We want to revisit the ochre. And that might be just a good enough color in and of itself. No, we don't want to do that yet. We need to do the skin. God, that's the white. Oh, no. No. Do it.
What happened?
I can't make a skin tone without white.
Oh no.
I guess I'm gonna have to fart around with the white again. Oh well. I know how to do it. I just gotta do it.
I think you just need to. Do you have any other color you can put on them?
Not bright enough, not red enough. So I just got to butcher the heck out of this white until it works, and then I'll have something I can blend with something else.
Is it in a tube?
It is in a tube.
Maybe, spend some time like just working the tube. Just pushing, like trying to move the paint from one side to the other for a while until it maybe breaks up a little bit.
If I can get some air back in it, maybe. No, this is breaking. This is working. This is working. I don't have to use much of it for the skin, so I mean, this is going to work for that, I think.
He says he thinks.
I'm going to try it, right?
We're always positive.
We're going to try it, right?
Yeah.
What is going to go good with the white? What kind of? I want a paler skin tone ish. If I go with that, that's orange. I really need to go with a red, but a bright red. Pyro red.
I can't wait to get my new Zoom glasses tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna be cool, man. Bring stuff right in.
You wear glasses, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I thought so.
Let's try a wee little bit of this yellow fella. Oh, that gets us closer to it, I think. What do I do with the yellow? Let's not do red. Let's do brown. Let's do some
brown. There you go.
Burnt sienna. Let's keep it away from the red. Elves don't have rosy cheeks.
Well, check this out, Chris. So I put that, what'd you call it? Dry brushing, that dark gray on it. I didn't like it at all.
Uh-huh.
So I took like this, what's it called? Let's see here. No, that's a solid black. Cloudy gray. And I thinned it out really well and just put like a gloss over it. And now it looks like kind of a weather jacket. I kind of like it.
That looks good. That looks great.
I think I like it.
Uh-huh. Ain't nothing wrong with that, dude. That looks good, man. One of Bob Ross's happy accidents, baby.
Yeah.
I like it. I do.
Now I got a little knob of something like the plastic.
Okay, that looks good, but let's get a little more of the yellow in there. A little more of the white. That's actually a good skin tone, the yellow and the brown like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me show it to you. Zoom in a little here.
Oh yeah, that does look good.
Yeah.
Looks a little orangey.
Now I need to brighten it up a little bit because it is an elf. But I know what I did to make that. So what
do that again?
So what do I do here? Let's try more yellow.
Right, so I'm going to put him aside for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Let's try more.
So this guy's got like a brown shirt that he all tore up. What do you think pants wise here?
All right, let's see. Brown shirt all tore up. What is he, a miner?
He's a skeleton miner, yeah.
Skeleton miner. Give him pale blue Levi's.
Pale blue.
That's what the miners wore. Pale blue Levi's.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a pale blue, huh?
Yeah, pale blue Levi's.
Are you talking like this color?
That and maybe mix a little bit
more
of white.
like a blue or more of like a
probably the darker one, but mix a little bit of white and black to flatten it.
Sky blue, pale blue.
I'd go with that darker one. That's a good hue. The one on your left.
Coral blue. This one?
Yeah, go with that one. And maybe put a smidge of white and black in it, not so to change the darkness of it, but to change the saturation.
Okay.
Oh, this
is making me work hard for this one, Chris. It's gonna
be good. It's gonna be good.
I'm gonna have to get rid of that wet palette.
Put on dude head here. Oh, I got the color. I think I got the color. So let's see.
I'm just using right now. I'm using MSP Master Series paints and some Master Touch acrylic paints. Chris, what kind of paints are you using?
I am using the specials off of Amazon, $25 kit that came with brushes. If I can get the focus here, Salvador acrylic paints, 12 milliliter tubes. They so far, I mean, this being my first time, what hasn't dried up in over a year, really seems to be mixing well, seems to flow. And for a first paint, I'm very pleased with how it's acting. I really am.
Good.
For a first paint.
For a first paint?
Huh?
You got to start somewhere, right?
Yep.
That's what they say.
Start. Need to make a bunch more of this. Make that color right.
Chris is making me open another bottle.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Their skin tone is going to be this color.
Okay. Well, then you're going to want something to pop on that thing. Something to make this. What is going to be the thing that you want people's attention drawn to on that miniature the most?
I don't know. You're asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking the questions.
You are the question man.
Well, I figure
I want them to look at just how awesome it is. I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. We'll try this color. We'll see how it looks.
Okay.
I trust your first instincts.
All right.
If it doesn't work, then I always can fall back and say, well, Chris told me to do it.
Chris screwed it up.
Yeah. I was going to do this, but Chris said to do it. And
if I had to put a name to this color I'm putting on a face, I'd have to call it nude. I really would.
Well, you just put that make a big bunch of it and put it in a bottle, right?
Yeah. Mary Kay, sell that shit.
Well, I'm just saying for next time, you can just.
Oh, yeah, I know. Make the mix. True. Yeah, that's true. Never thought of that. Have a way to store it. That would be cool.
Yeah. If you had a good way to keep it. Okay. Water, please. Thanks.
will come back in second coat. Bear in mind, it's over green and not really covering it, but that is the flesh tone that I came up with.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Hell yeah.
Compared to
Tony's board live. How's it going? Just finished
What's going on?
Pretty
Tony, how's it
good.
going, brother?
Tony's one of the guys that hangs out with me on Saturdays for the War Room.
Yeah, I've watched you guys on occasion. I am familiar.
So, yeah, it's fun. So,
I'm going to be spending the weekend with Mom, but after I get back, I'm thinking about relegating some table space to Cataclysm of Second World War for a few days.
oh, there you go.
Great game. I love it. GMT game. It's a great game.
Yeah. There's his little pants.
Get some of this on the hands a little bit. Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, it's starting to look like a real skin on these
Tired as hell running around the soccer fields, but doing good, he says. Yeah, I bet. Running after these kids. You're not a kid anymore, Tony. Well, we shall see.
Yep.
See how this turns out. One thing I know for sure is I do not like spray painting prime on these. I'm going to have to get some prime paint.
I was thinking about doing that, just getting some and then fat brushing it on real quick, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I saw it doing it, and it looks like it'd be easier to do indoors,
right?
If you don't have a place that's dedicated for priming.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
I think that's the
not
way.
Only that, but it seems to go on more even than the spray paints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the spray paints can get a little blotchy and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't get like good quality primer. Or if you use like, I don't know, I think I just used like something from the hardware store or whatever.
I'll say someone was, and it was the same guy. He was saying you could just get stuff from your local parts store or something. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I don't know if I want to be shooting Krylon flat black on a miniature, you know?
Right.
Just, it's meant to go on metal or a good substrate like paint, not plastic. Like this.
I certainly don't like how it globs up.
Yeah. You'd also have to have a good infusion promoter underneath it in order for me to trust it, you know?
Well, I'm thinking about getting a airbrush.
That would be cool. You'd be right downtown where Ghost of Springs, man.
I think airbrush is. You can do a pretty good job with priming with the airbrush too. Those airbrushes, man, they give you
that's true for
They
priming.
give you such an even coat of paint. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I like the skin tone, man.
Yeah, I do too. It's really
I do like the skin
looks
tone.
good.
And now that he's got hands, he looks kind of like a proper person almost, you know?
Right. That's the thing. You get them to a point where it's like they don't look like anything, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Whammo.
oh, hey, this looks pretty cool.
Look what I did. Yeah. This is cool. Let's get a little more water.
I put some blue on his brown cloak. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, I got some skin on my green. Brush control. I haven't perfected brush control yet. It's something I got to work on. This is my first. But I'm having fun.
So this is what they're going to semi sort of look like at the end.
Right. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. That almost looks like Two-Face.
Oh, yes. From Batman, right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I kind of like that color for the zombie, though. That, like, puke green color.
It is a good color. I like it. And that's a color you can do a lot with for highlight and detail.
Yeah. Oh, boy, that flesh color turned out really well for you. You should have bottled that up and
I get to where I got to
use that again.
If I get to where I've got enough of these that I'm going to be doing, I may well just do that and make a whole bunch up so that way I've got access to it.
Right.
That's skin, I think.
Right there. Looks very good like skin.
Yeah, that's wow. The only painting that I've ever actually done with anything that you might even consider to be a model, aside from this, and I was probably 13 or 14. I had one of those Buzz electric football games.
Oh, right. Yeah, right.
I got the painted quarterbacks.
Okay.
Teams, but I had the regular one, so I decided to do like all stars. And that time frame, I know my line. I know what my line was, but I probably had like Eric Dickerson, Kurt Warner, quarterback. I'm not sure who I would have had as quarterback back then. Well, I had the quarterbacks. I would have had probably Steve Largent.
You talking 80s?
Yeah, early 80s.
Early 80s. Marino, maybe?
Possibly Marino. Possibly. I know who my line would have been. It would have been Munoz, Webster, Randy Cross, and Marvin Powell. That would have been my offensive line right there. Yeah.
That's a pretty good offensive line. It seems like you're cheating.
I don't know if you noticed it or not when I did it earlier, when I was getting ready to start painting, and I forgot to do it again, and it might have helped with my brush control. I got the excess off on my finger.
Yeah.
That way I went in with very little paint on the brush, and I forgot to continue to do that, and that might help me. Because I picked that technique up watching the guys on Critical Role doing it, Will Friedle. And
do they paint minis on there too?
They have some shows that do it. Will Friedle is the guy who he's been on the show a couple of times as a guest, but they had him painting minis because Matt Mercer showed him how to do it while they were all back on Geek and Sundry. And then he had all of the cast members come in and paint a miniature of their character, like different techniques. If it was pretty much done, but you wanted to add some highlights, he had them do some dry brushing. He had them. There were a few things. Taliesin Jaffe has a really hard time. His hands shake like crazy. And he's like, how in the heck am I going to paint a miniature? And he came up with a thing where in order to hold everything still, instead of shake like crazy, he had rubber bands around he would like hold the miniature like this, perhaps. And he had a rubber band around here to hold his fist, not tight, but it had pressure. Yeah. And he did the same thing with his brush. He had a rubber band inside, like right around here. And he was able, and he was painting. You could see his hands trembling a little bit, but nothing like they normally do. And I mean, it was a really cool little series, watching all the cool little tricks and stuff and everything.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, Critical Role's coming back on the 21st. Season 3. I can hardly wait. My TV show is back.
All right.
My TV show is back. Let's do some trim, shall we? The green should be dry enough for that. Let's do some trim. We're going to work hard on Gilgamesh tonight. I don't know if we'll finish him or not, but...
Oh, they always take longer than you think anyways.
Oh, yeah. I'm not in a hurry. That is for sure. Gilgamesh, the Wood Elf Sorcerer. Let's do some trim.
Well, this is Bert. He's just a zombie. So...
Okay, Bert.
I don't know much, so I turned into a zombie.
I don't have much in the way of brains, but I sure like them.
That's right. And I've got these really cool blue pads. Who was thinking blue pants? I tell you.
I'll have to do a second coat, I think, but how's that for a trim color?
Oh, it's yellow, kind of yellow green. Yeah. Yellow and green. I love yellow and green.
I think we're gonna do
These
that.
colors work really well together.
They do. They're real close on the color wheel. I mean, they're right next to each other, so they go well together. They do.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I likey.
Think it'll work well.
Get some more over here. Get the hand on there. Nice and steady. Make a tripod.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that. Maybe this weekend, go to the hardware store and just get a spindle and
something to hold it better,
and the 2-sided tape, and then you just tape the mini right to it, and then you just hold the spindle, and then you're not grabbing it by the base or the head or whatever.
Yeah, just easier to handle.
Yeah, probably will help with your brush control too, to be honest.
Drop that onto the belt. Nice. Now I'm going to be painting the belt. Dang on it.
What do you think of that? He's got blue pants. Now, I think this is a shirt. I don't think that's like all skin. I think that's like a shirt. I don't know.
Looking good there, bro.
And then he falls over on the ground. What are you thinking, dude? What are you doing falling over on the ground?
Come back here.
Come on back here. You got 4 more? Good Lord. How many zombies are in this kit? Oh my goodness. Oh, and then I put it right over the holster. That was cool.
It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be prettier.
Oh, it looks good, man. Yeah. It doesn't look bad at all.
It's coming along.
It's coming. It'll get there somewhere.
Got it. I'm getting gold all over the green.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be touching up.
Oh, I'm going to be touching up. I'm going to be touching up.
Yeah.
And then probably retouching up. And then probably retouching up. Until before long, the whole thing is just yellow. No.
Okay, getting somewhere now. You know, it always takes, like we talked about a little bit ago, it takes a couple colors to get on them, and then all of a sudden they start to look like something.
And you said that the other night, and you know, you hear it, you don't disbelieve it, but you don't realize how true it is until you're experiencing it yourself.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, this guy's got a pants, he's got a shirt. Okay, all right, now I see what. All right.
Mm-hmm. And also doing that finger thing, there's some extra paint there. I can go there and pick up paint rather than having to go back down to the wet palette.
Yeah.
Keep my hands in their groove. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I just came up with something.
Oh.
Under here, get this again. See underneath the robes, the armor sticking out?
Yeah.
Thinking
Yeah.
of red on the inside with the green border.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Put some red or a dark brownish red or something.
I'm thinking like a dark red.
Yeah.
Almost like a brownish red. Yeah, that make.
Yeah.
Because brown and green and gold look really good.
They're all really good warm colors. That's got possibilities.
Possibility.
Let's get some of this spread out here. Let's do that. Let's get some of this here. Yeah, that's got like a little flame thing. Let's highlight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Down on the tip. There we go. That's a little better. Get the paint where I want it, on the tip of the brush.
That's a good place for it.
Yeah, it kind of helps.
A little bit. A little bit.
Let's do that. Yep.
There's certainly a lot that goes into miniature painting. Quality of your paints, the quality of your brushes,
Yeah.
quality of the miniature. If it's a cheap plastic miniature or a good plastic miniature, it makes a big difference.
And the Whiz Kids are some good ones. They need priming. They're some good quality plastic. Like I said, the ones that I have here had them made by Hero Forge, and they are really good. And then you can get some cheap ones like the Knoll ones that I got. They're so flimsy. They look like they'd fall over in a stiff breeze. Regular Knoll, dunk, dunk, dunk.
Not bad, huh? Yeah, some of the detail I just don't know. It's like, yes, I see he's got a holster, but is this a belt up here, or is this part of his stomach? What is this up here?
Right. Yeah, and this stuff is still drying down pretty dark, so it's going to take another application to get the color just right. It still dries down dark.
Yep.
Which is fine. I understand it's going to do that. I know I got to go back and do more to get the look I want. I'm good with that.
Have you ever played this Shadows of Brimstone, Chris?
No, I have not.
Oh.
I have not.
It's a pretty cool game. Pretty cool. I've not played it. I've watched people play it and
Yeah.
watched a lot of videos on it. And it is one of these games that's like there's so much that you can get, expansions that just add more and more and more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got a basically, I guess the premise behind it is it's like this portal open from another world or something in one of the mines, and it made a big explosion.
Yeah.
And now there's all this resource called I forget what the hell it's called, laying around, and so your guys have come to like get the resource,
Mm-hmm.
but they have all of these creatures running around now because it's like Dark Soul or something like that. It's the name of it, and it mutates his people and kills them. And but it's, you get build characters and earn experience points and level up and all that. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, board games, in the last 20 years, man, it's just amazing how they have changed from the usual roll a dice and move a marker and cross the finish first.
Right.
It's amazing
Right.
the progress it's made in board game mechanics in the past 20 years. It really is.
Yep. I hear you. What color boots do you think they had back then? Black, brown, purple?
I'd go one way or the other from the jacket. I'd either go black or I'd go work boot tan. Work boot tan with some blood on them.
Oh, there's an idea.
Ooh, yes, blood.
I got all of their first coat on them. That's pretty good. Let's check out this guy's jacket now.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. I like his little jacket like that. That's pretty good. His pants came back a little bit. That's good. Put some brown on his gun. Doesn't look too shabby.
Not at all. We need to.
I got these crazy winches. And they have a bright yellow. Is this their color? No. Okay, good. I said it's probably too bright, but what color do you think I used for that? Or this one? Must be, because this is the one that's open. And we're off to yellow again. Okay.
Yellow.
Yellow is such a hard coat to get on. Takes so many layers. It's
All right. Pay attention, Christopher.
right.
Alrighty. And then because yeah, one coat in this gold, this yellow, this maize, this ochre is blending into the green really well, but I want it to stand out. So it's definitely going to take a second coat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to take a second coat. I do want a little bit of visual contrast. I want it to pop.
You want the poppy. That's
I want
what
it
you
to pop. I want it to be like, oh wow, look at that miniature. I mean, it's not going to be the greatest miniature, but I do want it to attract attention.
Okay.
I do want that.
You.
let's let it back up again. That's okay. Come on, Chris.
Oh, Jesus. Did you make a boo-boo?
I got yellow all over my base. At least it went all over my base.
Yeah, that's not the end of the world there.
No.
Well, thanks for everyone that came by. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hope to get back on sometime soon.
Absolutely.
If I can drag Chris out of the closet again.
I don't think that's going to be such a difficult thing to do now that I've finally had my such and such broke, as it were.
Well, hopefully we can update everyone with what we did in between episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They can follow right along, watch our progress to becoming
Better.
world. I think it was world champions was the term I was using.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure that's what it was called. Chris will be selling his mini for $35,000. You can start putting your bids in now.
Please? No.
God, it's going to take like 5 coats of yellow. This yellow does not.
Certainly no most agreeable pigment in the patch, that's for sure.
No. Wants to be a pain in the ass, more like.
Well, it's doing that in spades.
Yes, it is. Doesn't go on. You try to water it down, and all it does is break up the pigments.
Yeah, but it doesn't like to stay wet. That's one thing I'm finding with this yellow. The green, I didn't have a problem, but this yellow does not like staying wet. And that's probably due to it being such large pigment particles.
Yeah.
It just doesn't retain the moisture as long. Be a guess, anyway.
That sounds like a good guess to me.
Kind of along the lines of automotive paint, and that's why they said red paint always costs more, because it just takes longer to make it.
Ah.
So you're just paying for labor, basically. That's why red paint costs more. And I'm sure it probably goes true with this as well, acrylics.
Well, we educate here on the show.
We try.
You know, try to let everyone know.
We speculate oft times.
Yeah, this yellow. All right, so Chris, another bit of your magic here. So you see, she's got this nice blue dress.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can show you her blue dress. There you go.
Gotcha.
And then she's got that yellow underskirt, right?
Right.
And she has like this little, I don't know if it's a belt or what that fluffy thing is there. What do you think color should that be? See it there? You can see it's like looks like a fluffy, like tassel-y type thing.
I'm still here. I just need to change the battery in the camera. Dude, I'd go red.
You think?
I'd go bright ass stinking red, pop, boom. Pay attention to me while I go nom nom on your face.
All right.
I'd go
All
red.
right.
I just see that. I'd go red.
You see
man.
red, huh?
Heck yeah. I'm seeing red.
Like a dark red or like a lighter red?
I'd go red, white, and blue, bright red, man.
Wow.
I just
Heraldic
went in
red?
it, but
Heraldic red?
let me see it again.
Oh, sorry.
That's good. All right. I'm getting ready to come back on here in a sec, I think. Blink.
Do you want to go to like 9?
That.
Or do you think it's 8:30 already? Where'd the time go?
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the clock.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, let's go to 9. That's cool. Come on, camera. What's
I didn't know when your bedtime was, so
no, that's fine.
I'm up till midnight, so whatever's good for you works for me.
Now we need this camera to work. Come on, people.
Well, I mean, you know, it is a video show.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Right,
Yeah, you just need to readjust it. But I'm back.
Question is, do I want to do the red or do I want to I think I want to do another shade of blue on here before I do the red.
Probably wouldn't hurt to do that first.
Yeah.
And that's also going to help to deepen the blue and make that red really stand out.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm stinking.
I think you stinking good stinking. Yes, you is.
The blue I use. We'll find out, I guess.
You are a smart feller.
Is that her blue? That seems a little dark there, buddy. Take 5. Hang on a second.
If you get a chance, pop my screen back up.
Oh,
it made me small again.
Made you dinky? No, it's your.
Huh?
It's your.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
What is it doing?
It's not me.
Show advanced options. Maybe I need to go high def.
Maybe. Could be. I think that's a lighter blue than.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, it just changed the definition.
Yeah. So you're trying to blame me, and it wasn't even me.
See, we learned stuff on this show. Not even about painting.
We try to learn things. I'm not sure we learn anything. We try to learn something.
Let me get my focus back in.
I don't know why I can't find the blue that I put on her. This is her blue right here. Cobalt blue, I bet. Yes, sir. So cobalt blue.
Cobalt.
Come on.
I'll take my skunk in a bag and my scorpion on a stick, my centipede catapult. and I tear you all up.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go Gonzo on the blue again here.
Come on, just grab it.
On the old
There we go.
shirts. And it's not thin enough. All right. Can I get some light, please? Good Lord.
Give us some light. Give us some light.
Right. A red bonnet, or whatever you call that piece that goes around her waist. Guess it wouldn't be a bonnet, but
Yeah. A bustle?
one. A bustle?
Would that be
what
a
the word I'm
bustle?
thinking? Is that what I'm thinking?
It could be a bustle.
I'm not. I mean, this is.
Nah, bustle's an undergarment. Remember Tombstone? Why, Kate, you're not wearing a bustle. So it's an undergarment of some sort.
Oh,
Yeah.
did not remember that.
Yeah, Daisy, if you do.
Yeah, I'm glad I just started to put another coat on the blue. Because, don't tell anybody, but don't tell anybody. Promise
Not
me
a
you won't tell
word.
anybody.
Mum's the word.
All right.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bob's not your uncle.
I didn't prime these because I was being dumb. And I was like, oh, I don't need to prime it. It looks fine. And then you try to put the paint on it, and it didn't work really well.
Mm.
Now I know why.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, IDJ. It's okay.
I'm pretty sure you were the one that told me not to do that. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to blame you for everything, man.
Hey, I got big shoulders. I can take it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, if I touch up the green, I'm just going to have to touch up the yellow again.
Right. Right. Whatever, because it's all
Black and red. Let's do that. All right. All right. Set you there. That's black and red. I'll do that little bit of armor underneath the robe, and that's probably where I'm going to bust it tonight, I'm thinking. So I need black and red. Bit black. Don't need much. I think straight up red and black. I don't think I'm going to mix these up. I think I'm going to hit her and do it. That's a stiff brush.
think of how productive you were tonight, right?
Oh, dude.
Right?
There are
You're
no
sitting there
YouTube
nothing.
videos that would have compared to this.
You would have sit there doing
Nothing but watch YouTube videos.
You would have been watching YouTube, and then you would have been like, "All right, time to go to bed."
Yes, I would have.
Think of what you got done and what you got accomplished tonight. You'll have something to show for years to come.
Fun part is Ethan got home. I'm going to call him up and I'm going to have an initial reaction from the player before we shut this down.
There you go.
Yep, I'll have an initial reaction from the player whose miniature this is.
He'd be like, "No, he wears a yellow. He's got a yellow robe. Not. What are you thinking?"
Oh no, he's done some Gundams and stuff over the years, and I think he'll approve of this.
All right, good.
Okay. And let's get some red. See what that looks like. And then we'll go from there. Well, there's some red. Yeah. Pretty good looking red, too.
Yeah?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Break the brush.
So as I understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do lighter coats because thinner coats, I guess, not lighter, thinner coats of paint. Well, you just see more details. Is that the way you understand it as well?
I always thought that it also lends more control because less paint is leaving the brush onto the mini. Instead of big globs, it's wee little bits. Excuse me.
Well, that's probably a good reason too. I just try not to hide the details because details are good
Mm-hmm.
if your mini has them. So the Shadows of Brimstone I was telling you, then I got sidetracked. They have 3 big core boxes, and then you can buy a bunch of mini expansions, like I was telling you.
Yeah.
And I own all of the big box expansions, or the 3 big core boxes.
Mm-hmm.
These are all minis from one of the 3. So I figured I would learn some stuff with the first box before opening the second box up.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing if I can do better than the next set. And then maybe better with the next set. That's a game plan, anyways.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. Just work through it. Yeah.
Well, it will be interesting to see once I get these new goggles, if I can see. How bad is your eyesight, Chris?
It's my eyesight isn't bad, isn't great, but I have a good prescription. But I'm seeing where there might be a benefit to me getting something like that myself, looking at this real small stuff. And of course, I've been doing it for a couple of hours, probably affecting it as well.
Right.
I had no problem at all when I was getting started. Of course, I was doing big strokes, big colors.
Right.
Now I'm down to highlights, and I'm really looking through the bottom of my bifocals at these things.
So you got extra glasses. I only have readers.
Yeah.
And I just increased from 1.5 to 2 or 2.5. I forget what she bought me. But I'm like, these are not strong enough. She should have got me like the 4s or 5s.
There's a start.
Oh wow, yeah, that is good. Oh yeah, I like how the green on that looks like a leathery cloak.
And I think it's also the pattern, perhaps. I mean, being a sorcerer, going to be a little more, more than a wizard that's going to have like flowing robes or whatever, traditionally anyway. That is Gilgamesh. Hold on a second. I'm going to call Ethan up here to look at it. We're going to get a reaction.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, he'll be up here in a minute.
Cool.
It's a start. I may do some touching up in the interim until we get back together, but I'm kind of digging it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm digging, man. I'm digging it.
Well, you were productive for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to come back along, recover with the green. You're on candid camera, but come here.
Candid camera.
What do you think? Nice. We're working on him. Gilgamesh is in color.
Gilgamesh in the flesh.
Did I do good with the colors?
Oh, you did.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to skin tone on next time from scratch.
Huh.
Got lucky with that, I think. But yeah, that nailed it. I just wanted an opinion on the camera. That's all.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
I thought I was in trouble for a moment.
Only if you roll natural ones on Revivify. Love you, son.
Love you too.
All right. Color scheme approved. I'm good with it.
Hey, all right. That's good.
Oh, man. Well, let's see. Maybe I can try to retouch that up a wee little bit. No, I'm not going to mess with it tonight. I know about my limit for painting, and it's right at 2 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm almost done with this third lady, and I think after everything, I might call it.
Yeah. How's the red looking? Or have you got?
I didn't get to the red because I wanted to do the blue first.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm redoing their dress so that way the red pops more.
Yeah. I think it's going to also, man, because that blue is really, that's a primary blue. And that's why I was thinking of primary red on top of it, man. Those suckers will jump.
I'm thinking you're right. We're gonna try it and see how it goes, and looking forward to seeing how it looks for sure. Plus, we got some pants on these guys. We got a little bit of fix on him. We got some trim down at the bottom of her dress. We got his pants and cloak a little better. So we got a lot done tonight, buddy. So
Yeah, we did, too.
Thank you, man.
Thank
for
you,
coming
man.
out. Holy crap.
Yeah, I want to get some. I want to get some white coming, so I'll be good to go on that. But yeah, no, totally cool. I appreciate it, IDJ. And if you hadn't made me sit down and do this, I'd have never sat down and done this.
I know, right? So, well, everyone, thanks for coming out. We'll see everyone hopefully soon.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out our channels, and we'll post a video next time we get together. So, everyone, thanks for coming by. We'll see you next week.
I crush you.